You see this thing right here? This is called a Versa grip. Yes, I only have one because I had a pair and I lost one about a week ago. They're not cheap. I've reordered since then because the gym says they don't have it inside of their lost and found. But anyway, let me tell you what this is. This sort of has something to do with this episode today, but kind of not really. But anyway, I just want to share with you because apparently a lot of women do not know what this is. And I'm not here to sponsor. This is not a sponsor. I'm not getting paid for this. Is not a paid ad or anything. But listen, girl, if you're wanting to get strong and build muscle, you are able to lift heavier than you think you are, even if your grip will not allow you. And that's what this is for. And let me show you exactly how this works. Okay, it's not a glove. I'm not a proponent of gloves, okay? But you just put this thing right around your wrist, tighten it up. And now you might think, oh, okay, I'm just going to put the bar here, right? The bar or a dumbbell right here. No, 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 no. We're going to put it on the inside here. We're going to wrap it around and then boom, boom, chicka boom, girl. You are going to be able to grip and lift heavier. Pull. You're going to be pulling more like this. So this is a Versa grip. I have thoroughly enjoyed using the Versa grip for a long time. Helps me lift heavier than I would otherwise be able to because we don't want our grip to be a limitation when it comes to lifting heavy and getting strong, girl, and building these strong muscles, sexy muscles, right? So anyway, I just wanted to share that because I was just talking to my clients this past week, and a few of them were not aware. We're always talking about equipment, gym equipment, hacks, things, all these things, right, inside of Rock That Fitness for our members. But then we get new members and they don't know about it. And I was like, oh, well, check this out. So I shared that with them. Great tool. Okay. So why am I sharing that with you? Did you know? By the way, I'm going to share this statistic with you, and this has everything to do with what I'm going to talk about today. Did you know that only about 35% of middle-aged adults, women, 35 to 54, and just 20% of seniors, 55 and plus, have an active gym membership? Okay, so that means that many women over 40 are either skipping the gym because they're feeling completely uncomfortable to enter one, right? Yeah, they're just skipping the gym altogether. And you know what that means? They are losing the opportunity, not giving themselves the best opportunity to succeed in building muscle and getting stronger. So much I want to talk about today. Today is all about gym intimidation. What is it and how can you overcome it, girl? Because you deserve to give yourself the best opportunity to succeed in your muscle building and your strength, especially if you're a woman over 40 and you are busy, girl. We got to take care of this. So let's get into it. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to our show, girl. Rock That Fitness with Anna Rockstar. Welcome back. I just want to say thank you so much for being a loyal listener, for listening week after week to these episodes. Right? It's just like never know what Anna's going to come up with next. Well, today I first of all want to start off by saying, if you've been following me on social media, or to all my Rockstar ladies in Rock That Fitness, it's been it's been a heck of a ride for me recently with a lot of things that I've been juggling, with my mother's health that's not doing well, in and out of the hospital, procedures, diagnostics, exams, and then myself. I got strep throat, so this past week, I've been dealing with all of that. So I've had to back off on my own personal training, listen to my body, right? It's very important that we do that, especially after the age of 40. It's even that much more important because our bodies do not bounce back like they used to. It's just age. But I will say this. I'm very proud of the fact that I rarely get sick. And when I do, my body does tend to bounce back pretty quickly because, well, I'm implementing optimization with my nutrition, with my exercise, my fit lifestyle. And then, of course, with my blood work and supplementation for things that my body needs to optimize. And so, yeah, I'm going to brag all day. I'm getting braggadocious about it. I'm 54 and proud of it. I think it's something to be proud of. We're aging strong. All right. So I'm dealing with strep throat. We're on day 3 of antibiotics. I can't say that I'm 100% back. But that's where I'm at. Mama had a procedure yesterday. More than half my day was spent with her at the hospital for a cardiac CTA. I don't know the results yet, but it was an exhausting day for her, and being on continuous oxygen and having to manage her energy and all that. So um, I'm just thankful that I am well and fit and able to be there for her and to help her. So it's funny, right? Because I was thinking to myself, like wow, we're dealing with aging parents and how they decided to live their life, and their lifestyle is impacting how they're living. It impacts many of us women now at this age that we are going to have to step in and help them. And then it makes us reflect on our own body, our own health, and our own fitness right now, and how that's going to impact the people that we love right in the future, and also how we are setting the example for our children that are now adults. So anyway, just a lot of reflection these days. If you know, you know. I mean, especially those of us who are empty nesters and just continuing to work hard, taking care of the family, our busy lives, our work, business owners like myself, our careers. There's a lot going on, but all the more reason for us to step into taking the best care of ourselves so we do age strong, healthy, and fit in spite of it all. So that is what I'm going to lead us into when I'm going to start talking about today, gym intimidation. And so, excuse me, let me just take a little swig of water. Hold on just a second. I love that pause button I have there. So, why am I talking about this? Because apparently, this really is a thing. And I even experienced this. And and so I want to talk about it. And the reason I'm going to talk about it is because it has been something that's come up many times with our members in Rock That Fitness. Many women are doing their training at home. They build out their gyms at home, but many of our Rock That Fitness members and one-on-one clients, they are doing their training in the gym. There's no right or wrong. What's better? What's better is, which one are you going to be the most consistent with, and are you giving yourself the best opportunity to build muscle and get stronger? And I'm going to talk about all the benefits of training in a public gym. And I'm going to share a little bit about my own personal story. So apparently this is a thing, gym intimidation. And I think I've thought about this many, many times, and I just haven't put a whole lot of thought into it, to be honest with you, because I can't say that I have dealt with gym intimidation to the point that it was debilitating or causing me a fear not to move forward in my own strength and conditioning and all those things. So, but I have seen this many times with our clients. And so it's a thing. And I want to address this because if you are one of those women that are feeling intimidated by stepping foot into a gym, and you know that you would benefit by being in a gym so you can lift heavy, then I hope that this episode really speaks to you and helps you get out of your comfort zone. So with that, I just want to share with you a couple. What inspired me? What inspired me to talk about this today? Well, I'll tell you. A couple of my one-on-one clients that I'm working with right now. And yes, I know it's kind of surprising. You may or may not know this, but I am actually, for the past many weeks, I have actually been working one-on-one with clients. I started doing one-on-one clients at the very beginning when I started Rock That Fitness back at the very beginning of 2020. I call it, what is it, before COVID, right? BC, before COVID. And that's how I started, with one-on-one clients. And then there was such a demand. So many women, I felt so honored and privileged, that were asking me to help them with their own fitness journey, fat loss journey, and their fitness journey, that I opened up Rock That Fitness as a membership. And so I ended up letting go of working one-on-one with clients so that I could focus more on serving, one to many, which is group coaching, which is what we do in Rock That Fitness membership, as well as one-on-one coaching. But I digress. Anyway, the point I want to make is that I was inspired because I am working with a handful of one-on-one clients right now, which I am absolutely loving. By the way, I'm so much loving it. And it's showing me as a business owner and how I am managing and navigating Rock That Fitness as as a business, and all of the parts that are moving, and our team, and the things that we do to help our clients with their results, and all of the stuff that's happening, right? And I have all of these responsibilities, so I know taking on one-on-one clients, I took this very seriously. I didn't want to just say, oh, I'm going to just take a bunch of one-on-one clients, because I know I have a lot of other responsibilities, and I wanted to be realistic with it. So right now I have a handful, and I don't see it being any more, but I am absolutely. And those of you, if you're my one-on-one client, you know how much I'm so pumped. I'm so stoked, and I am loving every minute of working with you guys. So anyway, I was inspired by especially two of my one-on-one clients. One of them that recently challenged herself to get out of the women's gym. Okay, so if you know, a lot of gyms have where, like, it's like the big part of the gym where almost, all the men are in there, right? All the guys are there. And yeah, there's some women in there, but then there's a section that's sectioned off in the gym that's for women only, and it's closed off, women only, right? And so a lot of women go in there because they feel more comfortable in there. They're not feeling uncomfortable being around men and all those kind of things. But there tends to be some limitations, as we have learned and seen over time, right? There's some limitations in these women's gyms where it's like, for some reason, a lot of them, they think that, well, women don't need more than, 20-pound dumbbells, and just all kinds of things. Like, some of them don't even have like barbells in there. So there's a limitation. My one-on client, she noticed, as she started progressing and working through the training inside of our app, Rock That Fitness, and our programming, because she's doing full gym access, that she's going to need to get out of that women's section if she really wants to implement full gym and lift heavier. So I'm so proud of her. And she has gone out of the women's, and she is starting to lift heavier in the big gym. So really proud of her. And it was just interesting, because even now she's continuing to work through some of the internal fears that she's had and all that. And this is just human nature. I mean, it's nothing wrong with her or any of us who have experienced gym intimidation or any kind of intimidation. And then another one of my clients that recently, she said, you know what, I'm ready to step into going into full gym. And she's been working out from home with the dumbbell and band program that we have, which is outstanding as well. It's all about where you're starting, but she has ventured into getting a membership at her local gym, and it was scary. But so proud of her, because she is excited about it and she did it. And so these are the two. This is the reason why I was just really inspired to talk about this today. I mean, it just actually just came up this week, and I thought, you know what, this is a great topic. So I wanted to talk about this. But as a side note, I always have side notes, apparently. My little side note here is that I'm not saying if you don't work out at a local public gym, you're not doing it right. I'm not saying that at all, because there are times that I know women are going to need to build out their own gym at home because they live a million miles away from a public gym, or for whatever reason having to do with their schedule. It just works out better that they are building out their gym at home. And the idea with that is that as they are progressing, that they are, adding to their equipment that they need to continue to progress in their home gym. But that's just my little side note, so that I can just say, girl, if you're working out from home, you're getting progress, you're making progress. Good for you. I'm just speaking to women that have always wanted to, lift heavier, or even just get started with strength training. And they know that by joining a local gym, a public gym, that they would benefit, but something's holding them back. They're afraid. And it's that gym intimidation, whatever that is, the thoughts of, a bunch of, fit chicks in there and strong men in there lifting heavy, and everybody looks all, shreddy spaghetti and tone and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's like, they're afraid because they're thinking in their mind, well, I am just plain Jane here. I've got weight to lose. Who am I to step into a gym? And they're having all of these ideas and thoughts in their mind. And of course, because we see this kind of stuff all of the time. So this is why I want to talk to this, because joining and becoming a part of a local public gym is going to give you the best opportunity for all of using all of this equipment that's going to help you progress. And so I just want to talk about gym intimidation. And let me first off start off by 10 benefits of training at a public gym. Number one, obviously, what I've just been saying, you're going to have access to heavier weights for progressive overload. So heavier weights being like using barbells and free weights. So I say that because at some point, most women are using dumbbells at home and they're not using anything heavier than 15 pounds or 20 pounds. Well, of course, at the gym, you're going to have a huge variety of heavy weights, dumbbells to use. And then maybe you want to graduate to using a barbell, which is a whole nother. Maybe we need to do an episode on barbell intimidation. But truthfully, all of these exercises are so beneficial. And when we can get out of our own head and overcome these fears, we are going to give ourselves the best opportunity for progress, for actually building muscle and getting stronger, which is what we want. So number two, variety of equipment so that we can target all muscles. Now, I'm not talking, this isn't, when you go to a gym, I'm not talking you're only going to have access to barbells and dumbbells. No, now you have access to some amazing machines that you can use and other equipment in the gyms, like pulleys and cables. So you can do all like just a variety of great exercises and moving your body in different planes to support more stability, more balance, and actually isolating some of these muscle groups when you're doing them. So machines, I'm thinking about everything else too, like they got medicine balls, stability balls, I'm step ups, steps, pull up bars, you name it, all of the things. Okay. And it's easier. Number three, it's easier to progress in your lifts when you have these things like the barbell, because without the barbell, you're not able to do the compound movements that are going to challenge your body to get stronger in these compound moves like deadlifts and squats and bench pressing and overhead press. Does that mean you cannot do deadlift, squats, bench press, overhead press without a barbell? No, it just means that you're limited as to your progress and your strength if you're not leveling up, level up and using barbells. Okay. Another one. What are we on? Number 4, spotting and safety. Racks, the racks that they have and the benches that they have and adjustable benches and adjustable racks, everything that you need for safety that help you if you need to bail out of a heavy lift. And also spotting. I say spotting because a gym is typically going to have some personal trainers there that can guide you, help you answer some questions about machines and equipment and be there for you for spotting. Or, as you become more comfortable, like myself, I'm obviously, if you watch me on social media, I'm extremely comfortable. The gym is just like another home away from home for me. And it's easy for me. I don't find it difficult at all for me to just ask somebody for a spot. And a spot meaning I'm about to lift heavy and I need somebody to stand there for me in case it gets so heavy that I cannot do another rep, and they can kind of help me, do that last rep and get out of that and be safe. Another one, motivating and energizing environment. This has got to be my favorite reason, because I could build out a gym here at my house if I want to. And I've thought about it. Don't think I haven't. And I have built out my personal gym and things, especially during COVID. I did a whole outdoor gym thing and I was using gym rings and all that. So it's not that I cannot work out from home, and I've got plenty of equipment here too if I need to get a training session in. But this is my favorite. I love that environment. I love being around all of these other people, all these heavy weights, and just that environment and the sound. And we're all there to get strong and improve and work on our body. And I just love that environment. It's very energizing, it's very motivating to me. And I, even on days when I'm not feeling motivated or strong that day, and I need to just go through the motions, just being in that space. Something about it. I will go through the motions on days, and even when I'm not feeling strong, and just being there lifts me up. I love it. So that's one of my favorite reasons, my favorite benefits. Um, Another benefit, space limits, right? There's no space limits if you're at a public gym where there's no space limits, because I'm sure there are some public gyms that have, less space. But in general, generally speaking, the benefit is that there's no space limit, in which at home, like, my space would be very limited if I wanted to build out a whole gym, especially in my space here. It's already pretty packed out. So that's another benefit, right? At the gym, there's no limitation, and they're constantly upgrading and bringing in new equipment if you're at a gym that does that. The mental shift, right? Lifetime versus gym time. So, like, just, I don't know. I think when you're at home, you're in your life, right? And then, but if you're at the gym, it's a whole different mindset. I feel like if I'm going to be doing a workout at home, I feel like it's just not, I don't know, something different about the mind shift of being in a gym. Like, I am there to put the work in. You're at home, you can have all kinds of distractions, keep you from finishing, and you just don't have like the mind. I know it's a mind game, but that is the other benefit. Being in the gym, it's like, this is gym time. It's time to get to work, and you get it done. The other one is, let's see here, learn and mastering gym equipment. So if you have a gym membership, you are going to continue to learn. I'm still learning equipment. Sometimes I'm like, we'll have a new piece of equipment at the gym, and I'm curious, teach me this. There's always something new to learn. Gosh, what was the most recent that I can't even remember right now, but I'm always learning new equipment. There's so many different things and so many different ways to use the equipment. So learning and mastering gym equipment, you're not going to get that from, doing workouts at home. And then building confidence and resilience, because when you're lifting heavier, there is no doubt you are going to build confidence. There's nothing like, increasing in weight after week, you've been progressing and getting stronger. And then you look back and you're like, wow, I remember back when I was barely lifting less than 100 pounds for a deadlift, and now I'm lifting, gosh, I know I've done well over 200, 225 and more. But since my shoulder injury, maybe not so much, but just like, wow, it builds confidence. And I'm telling you, girl, that confidence that you build getting stronger, lifting heavier, you are stronger than you think you are. And when you do that, that confidence that you're getting about being stronger and lifting heavy like that, you cannot escape that you are going to carry that confidence into your life, in every aspect of your life. So it builds confidence. It builds resilience. I can tell you from myself, it builds resilience, because even after I've had surgeries, I've had injuries, all of these things that have given me what most people call setbacks, and what I believe are just opportunities for challenge and growth. And I have started at, zero again for different exercises because of surgery, limitations, injuries, whatever. And I have grown through those, and that carries over into my life. And yes, it builds confidence and resilience. So another benefit to being a part of, a public gym. And lastly here, it's going to unlock new fitness goals, because pretty much the sky's the limit, and you can challenge yourself. I mean, the weights are heavy, heavy, heavy. You're never going to be able to lift all of the weight that's at a public gym, but you know that you can unlock new fitness goals if you have a public gym, and you don't have all of that opportunity at a home gym. Those are all of the benefits, but I'm thinking of more right now, like the benefits of getting to know other people that are going to the gym. Now, I'm not saying I am not the person that's going to stand around chit-chatty and having conversations, because that's not why I'm at the gym. Some people will try to engage with me. And from time to time, depending on the situation, I will engage in a conversation. Okay, so I'm just saying that. Don't think like if you see me at the gym, you can't come up and have a conversation with me. But it will probably be short unless, you know, I've got a big heart. So if there's something you want to talk about, you can come talk to me. But in general, like the people you meet are like coming to the gym regularly, and you get to know these other people, and you almost don't even have to say anything. You're just like fist bumping, thumbs up, rock on, good to see you, passing by. And it just, that's surrounding yourself with other people who are there to work on themselves, work on their fitness is a boost. It's a great boost. And everybody there coming on a regular basis, you get to know the people who come, especially if you're going at a certain time regularly, you get to know these people, and that's powerful. That's very powerful to be surrounded with other people that are working on themselves. That goes deep, right? Now, I'm just going to share a little bit about my own personal experience with gym intimidation, I guess. I feel like weird saying that I ever had any real gym intimidation, but maybe it's because I don't fully remember. But I'll tell you what I do remember. I remember very vividly when I first started going to the gym. I remember spending a lot of time on elliptical machine. And I think that there was a lot to be said for that. At the time, I didn't really understand the benefits and all that strength training on a structured plan would really unpack for me, especially as an aging woman. But I do remember, and I think that being on an elliptical machine for me at the time, so at the beginning, a lot, and I started venturing into the free weights. But for me, it was a safe place because I could just get on that elliptical machine and my mind would just get used to being in the environment and, seeing what other people are doing and observing and getting my mind comfortable in an environment that was foreign and intimidating, right? It could be. So I remember that being part of my journey. And yes, seeing other people, I didn't ever think to myself, everybody's watching me. For some reason, that didn't ever really occur to me. And so, but I'm not saying that doesn't this is the whole reason why I'm doing this episode, because I know a lot of women think that. But I was thinking we're all here to improve ourselves. And I don't think anybody's watching me. And I'm focused on what I'm doing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the tips on how to overcome gym intimidation. But for me, I'm honestly going to say that I don't necessarily think that I can't honestly say that I have fully experienced gym intimidation, but that doesn't mean that I don't understand intimidation and that I haven't also had to overcome my own personal intimidations with other areas in my life. And I think that, so I still feel like I can talk to this topic because it really comes down to what is gym intimidation. And, the root of it all, it's fear. And when we can become aware and recognize fear for what it truly is, it's simply your subconscious mind and your own wiring that is working to keep you safe. So you can thank that subconscious mind, that scared person on the inside. They're just it's just your brain is doing its job, right? Because we still, even though we live in a modern world, we are modern and all this, we still have a primitive mind. I talked about flight or fight in the past and rest and digest. I think that was last episode. So building off of that, understand that gym intimidation is simply your brain doing its job. It's trying to protect you from dying and protect you from being harmed. And we know that when we're aware of this fear, that we can see it for what it is, and we can see that that's all that it is. And we're not going to die. I hope you don't die. We're not going to get hurt. Hopefully. Well, there could be some possibilities for getting hurt. But realistically, the idea of stepping into a gym so that we can begin strength training And that gym intimidation being this fear that's unfounded, right? Because we're not going to die stepping into a gym. We're not going to get hurt. But when we can recognize that and just understand that, then we can move forward and challenge ourselves to do it scared, right? I always talk about doing it scared because if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, girl. And that's what we're working on from the inside out. And so, yeah, gym intimidation is basically, we got to get over ourselves. We got to get over the ego. We got to just do it. And the more you do these things that are scary, girl, the stronger you're going to get inside and then outside if you go ahead and join a gym. So let's talk about some simple things that can help you overcome your gym intimidation. So I think one of the number one things, well, before I do that, let me just say this. If you're really serious about joining a gym, first step, and this is just a bonus before I even start talking about these 5 tips, but bonus, go to the gym at a time where you think is going to be the time that you're going to start going so you can see it and see how many people are there. What is it like? Start familiarizing yourself with the gym. Talk to a personal trainer there. Have them walk you through. They usually do this. I see personal trainers and the people at my gym, they walk potential new people through the gym, explaining all the different areas of the gym, explaining all of the equipment and machines, and then just walking them through everything. And so having somebody walk you through the entire space right there, it's going to already start to like help you eliminate some of that fear because you're like, start getting used to this place, familiarizing yourself. You finally stepped in, took a look, decided, I want to just go look, ask somebody to show you around. Okay. And that's already going to take a lot of that fear away because now you're there, you're safe, you didn't die. And then you're going to get motivated and excited to become a part of this community, of this environment and this surrounding. That's something that I did. Anytime I've ever joined a gym, that's exactly what I do. I want to be shown around the gym. I want to see what it has to offer, get a feel for the environment and what it's like to be at that gym, especially during a time that I know that I'm going to be there. And that's really important because if you go at a time where it's all quiet, but you end up, your schedule actually, has you going at a time where it's really busy at the gym, then you might have like a false sense of what that gym is like during the time that you're going to go. So I do recommend that you check out the gym during the time that you plan on working out so you can know what to expect. And then if it's packed full of people, you might want to change your schedule. I'm not a fan of being at the gym when it's packed. So anyway, I took the leap because for me, at the time, I knew that I was only going to get so far with what I wanted to do with my physique. I wanted to build muscle. I didn't want to just build muscle and get strong, girl. I wanted to look like a fit chick. Why not? And I knew that the part of that was going to be that I needed to strength train. And that's what pushed me to join a gym because they have everything. And I want it all, girl. I'm all about the abundance. So all right, let's talk about some tips here. I got 5 big tips to share with you on how you can overcome your own gym intimidation. So, one of the biggest things that I recommend to women is having a plan of action. Okay? So, strength training, this is something I see. Sometimes women will just walk around the gym and I've even talked to some of them. I'm like, what are you doing today? And they're like, well, I'm just doing whatever I feel like. And they go from machine to machine and they don't really have a plan. And that can feel very intimidating when you don't even know what you're doing, right? Especially if you're a beginner, you're new, or you're just getting back and maybe you need a little more, freshening up. Have a plan. And this is one of the most powerful things you can have. And if you need a plan, go to my show notes, grab that 30-day strength challenge. That's a great place to start, free. But here's what we do in Rock That Fitness. Our ladies have a plan, and every 6 weeks we have a new training phase. And it is so empowering to have the app, Rock That Fitness app, step into the gym and know what you're going to do because it's going to guide you step by step each exercise, how many reps, how many sets, how much rest, and tell you exactly what to do. And not only do you have that plan in your hand, you also can know that you're focused on this. So when you're focused on your plan and what you're there to do, you're much less likely to be focusing on what everything else is going on around you. So having a plan, this is huge. It's your secret weapon. So you can start your plan out by, doing a little 5 to 10 minute warm up on a treadmill, a stair stepper, elliptical, spin on a bike, little warm up, 5 to 10 minutes, warm up, right? You got to warm up anyways. And so you can do that. And then you have your plan in your hand. Have a plan. That's going to be a huge one. That's number one. It's one of the number one things I recommend. Number two, I spoke on this a few minutes ago. Start during off-peak hours. Like, go to the gym for your gym time. I recommend that you go during a time when it's not as busy, which is typically first thing in the morning. So if you can do it before work, girl, all the more power to you. This was what I did, especially when I was working full time as a nurse in the hospital. I made sure my schedule was like, I need to get it done early, get in there early in the morning, early enough to get it knocked out, get back home, take a shower, and go to work. But I got it done first. And that time of the day, girl, that's like primo time. Okay. Early in the morning, everything's available. You're not waiting in line, not having to share equipment, and it's peaceful and you can focus and get her done. Okay. Number three, maybe hire a trainer at the gym. Make sure they're experienced. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. Get an experienced person. Don't just take any personal trainer that wants to help you. Okay. Please ask somebody who is experienced, because just because they're working in a gym, no shade to anybody. I know everybody's a beginner. Everybody begins somewhere, but you need to have somebody that knows what they're doing and can help you through, your training, maybe set you up with a training, with a plan, and walk you through your equipment. So hire somebody, hire a coach. Nobody expects you to know this stuff. Nobody's expecting you to know what to do if you've never done it. Hire someone to guide you, to offer you support, to normalize your questions. And that's what we do here in Rock That Fitness too. So think about that. And I'm going to share a little bit about that at the end, because yes, this episode is sponsored by Rock That Fitness. Always. Okay. Number 4, learning one piece of equipment at a time. So mastery breeds comfort, right? Skill equals confidence. When you work on one piece of equipment at a time. So you'll have your plan, right? You have your plan, kind of work through things, but focus on one thing you really want to, understand and get mastery over with that machine. So that's another thing. Like, work on learning the equipment one thing at a time. So when you get that mastered, it's easy, and move on to the next piece of equipment. Number 5, adopt. This is going to be high on my list. You already know. Adopt a confident mindset. Okay. I'm here for me. I'm not here to perform. So is everyone else. We're all rock stars in here. And ladies, if you're in Rock That Fitness, you're not in the gym by yourself, girl. I'm with you. And all of your Rockstar sisters from Rock That Fitness are with you. So you're not alone. And so adopt that confident mindset. You deserve to use that gym and take up space just like anybody else. You're paying a membership. Ask for help. Ask if you can, work in with somebody. If they're on a piece of equipment that you need for your training, ask them, how many more sets do you have? Can I work in with you? That's another topic on itself, but adopt this confident mindset. You deserve to be there just like anybody else. So those are my 5 big tips for overcoming gym intimidation. I'm sure there's a million others out there. Would love to hear from you if you can think of some that helped you. What I want to do now is I want to read an email response that I got from one of our Rockstar members in Rock That Fitness. And I had just sent out an email yesterday to our Rockstar Fit Chick, all the Rockstar Fit Chicks in my community. So if you're not on that, I'm going to talk about that too. Make sure you're on the list. Okay, girl, get on the Rockstar Fit Chick Weekly. So Sarah, I don't think she'll mind. I'm sharing. Rockstar Sarah, she emailed me, and she wanted to share her gym intimidation story, which I thought was amazing. And so Sarah, thank you. And I'm not even asking for permission because this is anonymous. There could be any number of Sarahs, but Sarah, thank you for sending your email. I'm going to read it. She says, I work at a college campus, and so I have access to the campus gym facility, which is conveniently near my office. And I work a hybrid schedule. So she has some lifting days at home, and she's doing some of her lifting at the gym. So here's what she says. When I was first mustering up the gumption to go, I did feel intimidated because most of the gym goers would be young students and college athletes. And I was pleasantly surprised that many other faculty and staff also head to the gym on their lunch breaks, like me, and more times where it's just me and a bunch of big male. Oh, back up. And more young women are also in the weights area, which is great to see. But there are plenty of times when it's just me and a bunch of big male athletes and coaches doing big athlete things. Oh, I can imagine. My attitude is wait until you are middle aged, working full time, random aches and pains, etc., and then get back to me. LOL, she says. I joke. It's actually a very quiet, straightforward gym, no weight slamming, grandstanding, etc. And it is also very true that everyone is focused on their own workout and not paying attention to what others are doing. Yes, it's true. I can vouch for this. In all seriousness, she says, working through my intimidation has reinforced the feeling that women deserve and should take up space in places. So use that bench. Ask to work in sets at a machine and claim those heavy dumbbells, etc. And when I see young college girls start to venture into the weight area and begin to lift, I hope that maybe the few of us older women lifting heavy routinely can be a bit inspiring. I cannot agree with you more, Sarah. Thank you for sending that email. See, I love it. And y'all, if you're on my Rockstar Fit Chick Weekly, I'm always like, send me responses. I love this. And I would love to share any response you ever have that you want to share. All right. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. What I want to wrap up with is, have you ever felt gym intimidation? Is this you? Are you ready to make a change and do something about it? I'm curious. Maybe make a comment, maybe a review or something of this podcast, or send me a message on, in messages, social media, DM me. I would love to hear what your thoughts are about it. So now I'm going to head into this. I want to talk to you if you are a woman over 40 with a busy schedule, right? You have work, you have family, you have responsibilities. Rock That Fitness would be for you. Okay. And our next Rock That Fitness Jumpstart Challenge will be here before you know it. Okay. And this is going to be your opportunity to see if Rock That Fitness is a great fit for you. Okay. Because with the Jumpstart Challenge, you have a strength training program plan. You get interaction with others in the challenge. You also have interaction with me as your coach during the challenge. And not only do you get to actually use our Rock That Fitness app inside of the Jumpstart Challenge, and you have coaching by myself, by me, and all this support and other challengers in this. And also I do a couple of trainings, coaching calls, and talk about nutrition and fat loss and all these things. So that's coming. It's coming, and it's going to be here before you know it. So it's not here yet. So, and right now, what I'm working on right now, I want to share with you, because I've been thinking I want to offer something to help you in the meantime, a free resource. I do have a 30-day strength challenge that I've been, offering, and I get great feedback about how that's been helpful. So if you've never done that, please sign up for it. Everything I'm telling you is in the show notes. Okay. So I'm super pumped about what I'm working on now, because I asked this question to my audience and I got great feedback. I was like, the importance of protein for building muscle and getting stronger. And just as we're aging, we are losing muscle mass. So it is even that much more important that we are getting optimal amounts of protein, not just hitting like regular amounts, adequate amounts. We want optimal amounts of protein. So asking the question, would you like me to put together a protein guide to talk about all about protein, what about protein, the why it's so important to have optimal protein, and then how to get optimal amounts of protein in your busy schedule, all these kind of things, simply doing these things. And I got an overwhelming response back. Yes, You want this guide. And then I'm thinking, you know what? But my next challenge is going to be this. And I was thinking about all of the things. And the whole reason that I do not just focus on nutrition and I do not just focus on fitness is because I know firsthand how important it is to combine all these things. All of these things matter and they play off of each other. You got to have dialed in nutrition. You got to have proper training, strength training, and proper routine and mindset. And this is why in Rock That Fitness, we do all of that. So what I thought would be even a better free resource coming up. I'm working on this right now. I'm really excited about it. It's in the works. And I'm working on a power bundle, and this is going to include my 30-day strength challenge, as well as this fantastic protein guide that I'm going to help you get started, getting real results right away to building muscle, getting lean, shedding fat, feeling energized, and feeling even more confident in your body. Yes, even with your busy schedule, because it doesn't take. I know a lot of women get overwhelmed and they think they have to flip their lives upside down. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. So I'm going to show you, this is going to be a power bundle I'm putting together. I'm excited about it. Okay. That's why I'm telling you about it. If you want to be first to know about this power bundle when it's completed, which should not take very, very long working on it. And so it shouldn't take very long. If you want to be the first one to get this bundle, this is going to be a fantastic thing. It's going to have video lessons, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to be coaching you, and it's going to be a free resource. And you don't want to miss this, because this is going to be the information that could just be game changing for you. And I want you to grab this as soon as you can. So if you want to be the first access to this, get on my Rockstar Fit Chick Weekly list so that you'll be first to know. Because ladies, if you're on my Rockstar Fit Chick Weekly, you're going to be the first to get this. Okay. Everything I'm telling you is in the show notes. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy. She's going to make sure everything's in there. Love you, girl. Thank you, Chrissy. And then in the meantime, though, what I'm saying is that get on this list. So you'll have first dibs at anything that we ever do. Okay. And by the way, I don't do spam. You're not going to get spam stuff from me. Okay. Because I'm not a spammy girl. Okay. And I also will not share your information with anybody. That is between me and you, and I will value it with my life. Okay. So don't think I'm going to be spam. I'm not. And telling you these weekly emails, you're just going to be updates on what's going on with Rock That Fitness, what we have to offer, the challenges coming, and most of all, weekly encouragement from me, weekly educational things about health and fitness. I'm just here to provide value for you in these weekly things, because you and I, girl, we are fit chicks, and I want to help you right where you are, wherever you are on your journey in your busy schedule. Okay. And you're going to want to be on this. So get on this Rockstar Fit Chick Weekly. Okay. There's no BS, no fluff, just real. I'm the real deal. Okay. I'm always going to keep it real with you. So until that comes out, though, if you are pumped and you're ready and you need a plan and you're ready to step in there and get over your gym intimidation, girl, then grab our free 30-day strength challenge in the show notes. Okay. Because you can get that. Grab that, and you'll have an option of either doing a dumbbell and bands program or the full gym access. And you can do both of these at the gym. Overcome your gym intimidation. Okay. Because girl, you deserve to give yourself the best opportunity to build that sexy muscle and get strong. We're aging strong. Okay. We're going to age strong. And that's it. Don't delay getting started, because every day you're not getting stronger. You are getting, I don't even have to say it. I'm not saying that word. We're going to keep it positive. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on today's episode on how to overcome that gym intimidation. And as I always say, self-care, self-love, all day, every day, in all ways, girl. Do I have your word? Good. Rock on.